Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started here. Alright, so this is the Aldious album review stream. How are you doing? If you're watching this live, that's cool. If you're watching after the fact, well, guess what? You know what's going to happen here, right? We're doing a review of the album, the first album of Aldious, not their EP. But before we get into that, there's a video I just have to react with you guys. It has nothing to do with Aldious, but hey, if there's like a company luncheon, like a company potluck, you might not want to participate, because if you do and you get a hair in your teeth, well, this might be the reason why. Let's go ahead and put this on the screen here. Not that. This.
Oh, these are perfect. You see that?
I see that. I think I see that.
Perfect for a strainer.
For a strainer.
Do. Still a little hot, so you want to just do it as much as you can without touching it. See that? Perfect strainer. That's pretty cool.
Perfect strainer.
Still gonna take some gloves because it's a little bit hot.
Perfect strainer. Mom, there's a hair in the our spaghetti. Oh, never mind that.
I'm just gonna flip it slowly.
I mean, I don't mind the angle. I mean, the camera work is fantastic. Whoever's holding the camera is doing a great job.
Oh, it's a really good strainer. I wouldn't have thought it was. It's even better than the metal one.
It's even better than the metal one. Oh, the flavor. It just enhances the flavor, right? Is it? Are you going for like a fishy taste with the noodles? Is that what we're going for? Huh.
Okay. I'm gonna keep the sides.
Be picking hairs out of my teeth here. If I was going down, I would expect it. But I don't know if I would want to eat anything at that house. That's nasty. That's real dirty. That's real dirty. And I'm supposed to be the sleazy guy. You know what? What are the odds that she just puts those undies right back on like nothing happened? Secret sauce. Oh, you know what they say? They make it with love. Like, okay. Man, that is a homemade. That's a secret recipe. Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty. Ooh. Anyway. All right. Now we got that out of the way. Let's get to Aldious. So out of all the bands I could talk about, let's talk about the one that is like OG. Well, OG would be actually more like show y'all. But we're talking about Aldious, okay? You know, if you're a Love Bites fan, Miyako is somehow connected with Aldious. I did not know that. There's a lot that I probably still don't know, but there's a lot that I was surprised about. I mean, so from understand, Aldious is a band that formed in 2008. The album that I'm reviewing here is Deep Exceeded. That's definitely not what my wife said about me, though. I mean, it is what it is. Deep Exceed is what it, not Exceed it. Deep Exceed. Okay. All right. From 2010, it was their first album. Okay. You have the lineup there. You have Toki. So I understood the founding members were like Yoshi and Remy. But here on this one album, I think the initial group was all there, right? You have Yoshi, Toki, Aruto on drums, Sawa, and Remy, whose voice I actually really enjoyed on this album. Now, I've actually started previewing or getting into the second album, which I started taking notes about that as well. But we're only going to talk about the first album here today, okay? And I did take some extensive notes. Look at my horrible handwriting. Look, okay. Can't even read that. Can't even read that. Okay, so overall, I mean, it's kind of weird doing it as a live stream. You think these reviews would work better as like a 10-minute video. No. We're gonna drag this out, make an hour-long stream out of this content. But if you want the gist of it, what I think of it, it's a really good album. The first album was really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. There's not a bad song on there. I mean, like, let's say you just want metal. You just want fast drumming, intense drumming, thunderous drums, right? You want some really good metal riffs. You want the guitars to be in control, be in command. And you want a singer that's like going to get those highs and lows like you expect in like I guess there's like the power thrash band. It's weird. Sometimes they're more like thrashy, sometimes they're more power metal, sometimes they're more something in between, just metal. If you like that sort of stuff, this album delivers it. There's only like one ballad on the song. I mean, two maybe, but it picks up real fast. And here's the thing: what I didn't know, when I learned because of some helpful people and a helpful person in the Discord, is that Miyako, she participates with this band. At least she did back in the day. I guess when there's piano pieces in this first album, and Miyako would play those piano pieces when she could. If she couldn't, it would just be a backing track, of course. But hey, that's pretty cool. We're talking about 2010 Miyako. Love Bites didn't even exist then. It wasn't even an idea. I think 2010. I think Haruna and Miho were still in. I think maybe they were in Destros at that time. I don't know. I mean, what was Miyako doing in 2010, other than playing the piano for Aldious every now and then? I mean, was she in Drop a Joker at that time? I don't know what she was doing. I don't have that timeline in front of me. You missed this the singer Remy a lot. Oh, from what I can understand, I mean, just based on this first album here, Deep Exceed, oh man, I see why. I see why people miss her. Okay. She has a good range. I actually kind of like it when her voice is more low. I kind of like that. But man, she has a lot of power in her voice. It's a very, okay, at times there is a sweetness to it, but it's a tough voice. It is a tough voice. It can be. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, it can be soft and floaty, sure. I mean, okay, let's compare it to another singer with some great range, like, let's say Asami. It's not Asami, right? It's not like that sweet, ultra sweet sound. No, it's not that. There's a lot of vibrato in it at times. It can't, she, but not every time. Oh man, it is. In a way, it kind of reminds me of, like, imagine an all-female Japanese Judas Priest band. It's kind of like that in a way. And I don't mean that with any disrespect. I don't think anyone would think that with, I mean, Judas Priest is a great band. But this album here, this is just the first one. If you want a place to start with Aldious, I mean, you go here, you're not going to go wrong at all. You're gonna get the initial taste, I guess, the initial experience. There's 11 songs on the album. Of course, I listened to it streaming, so if there was like if there was a version before, sometimes there's like an album and then there's like a special edition. I'm going to be missing out on that. So just judging based on what I've heard through using YouTube Music, listening to the whole album, the 11 songs. If you want to count the opening, which is pretty much just a very beautiful, well composed piano piece, very soft with a very beautiful voice by Remy. But it's just the intro that goes right in to the first main song, which is Loved, which hits hard. Hard-hitting riffs, thunderous drums, and then there's like this brightness, like the tone. I think is it Yoshi's guitar or Toki's guitar? I don't know who is lead. I guess it's Yoshi from Mario Brothers is playing. Sorry, I had to. It's right there. Come on. I was playing Mario Wonder with my son the other day too. Yoshi was on the brain. All right. Okay, but so I guess one of them's the lead, and whoever is the lead, their guitar tone is just beautiful. It is like this brightness to it. It just sounds so good. In fact, oh man, it's just very beautiful melodic licks, going through, and in the backed by very fierce churning guitars, hammering kick drums, and just fast drumming with some dynamic changes. I think there's a couple parts where it slows down for a bit. Love does, but I mean that's just I guess have some like I guess change in the song, not so that it doesn't get stale. Dude, I rated that like 10 out of 10. Like that is a really good track to start off with. I think the opening is just great. I don't know why they made it its own track. I guess so that maybe if you want to skip it, you can. Okay, all right. And guys, I'm gonna throw in a reference here. I play a lot of video games. As a 40-year-old man, I still play a lot of video games, like Super Nintendo. Mega Man X. If you know what I'm talking about, musically, it kind of reminds me of that, which is a good thing, by the way. I think Mega Man X, the original, had like a really awesome soundtrack, and it's just I was like, man, I want to play some Mega Man X with this music as the background, and it would fit just so perfect, Okay. The next song is, well, it's in Japanese, so I translated it using Deep L, and it got Night Butterfly. I'm not sure if that's really what it is. Or sorry, Yuro Cho. Yurochou. Which I believe it means night butterfly. Could be wrong, but I think it's right. Because musically, it sounds kind of floaty. This is the kind of floaty sound. It's still a metal song. This song is very aggressive. If you listen to the, to the pick work and all that. I was stuttering there. But there's a nice kind of floatiness to the overall melody that you hear with the main guitar. What I really like about this song, Night Butterfly, is they don't just... okay, this is your initial introduction to the band, right? Second song in, you're already hearing some pretty cool change-ups. What I mean by that is, like in the first verse, they don't have all the instruments playing. They have just the drum and the bass. Okay, very cool, very cool. And then they kick it in with a catchy hook that takes you into the chorus part. But then, no, it's a pre-chorus. It's like a little teaser. Go to another verse. Now you have a little bit more going on there. So I like how they kind of like, they play around with the spacing of that. They layer it just nice with that stuff. I think. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And I think it makes for a really good song that people, enjoy. I mean, if you don't believe me, I say just check it out yourself. It's really good. There's a lot of hooks in it, very dynamic, some complex parts to it. Yeah, really enjoyed it. The next song, Lufton is amazing opening song. Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. The next one, oh, by the way, I rated that like, I think not. Okay, I rated it 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. There was a reason why. And honestly, right now, I can't really think of it. I mean, it's a solid song. You know what? I probably just gave it a 9 out of 10. Because I was like, wait, there's too many 10 out of 10s on here. Okay. Maybe. It could have been something like that. When it comes to putting a number, a ranking like that, it gets like, I don't know, but I really liked it. Okay. Then we have Bind. Bind is different from Night Butterfly. Bind has you go from that nice kind of floaty melodic sound to now you're going to like a dirty riff. It is like a dirty guitar riff, okay? It sounds really nice. It sounds a little sleazy. There's a little bit more of the bass there. It's a little more noticeable. The drumming is rapid. There's a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of, let's see. What I really liked about this song though is he had a lot of palm muting going on with the rapid drumming. But this song is one where Remy, the singer, seemed like she was more in command and everyone else was flowing with her, which it's cool. I mean, there's certain songs on this album where you're like, you know, it sounds like the guitars are in command, or it sounds like Remy's in command. But no matter who is in command, they follow and they support 100%. Like where have I been? Where have I been? You know? Like, this is from 2010. What was I doing in 2010? Not this. I wasn't listening to this music. Okay? I didn't even know this existed. This is really good stuff. Let's see, what else? Let's see, I wrote down here. Remy was a command. Oh, the highs of her voice. Oh, yeah, that's one thing that really stands out to you. Oh, and the solos. Oh, man. Okay, there's one thing about the solos I noticed from this first taste into Aldious is that whereas some bands like Love Bites, like Miyako, like to have very complicated solos. I should say Midori and Miyako, right? Very complicated solos, and they can pull it off well, right? Aldious, like, you can hear complexity in their solos. I think Deep has a really good some complexity to it, but it's like more buttery smooth. Okay, it's not like 3 minutes of like the most insane picking you'll ever hear. It's not like they're dueling, at least not on this album anyway. They're more like offering some buttery smooth solos that go with everything else that you are really enjoying. It's good. Guys, we're only 3 songs into this album. There's 11 songs. Okay. Bind, I think, to make a video game reference, might as well just keep that theme going, would be like, it's boss battle music. It's boss battle music, if that makes sense to you. Yes, a Phoenix 720, they have very good melodic solos. They 100% do. Bind is another one I like. Oh, yeah. Now, there might be some you don't like on here. They're more Stevie Ray Vaughan than Melstein. I would have to agree. Oh, yeah, you know. All right. The next song is actually also in Japanese. I believe it translates to Shion. I don't even know what that is, guys. Okay. This song. Okay. This song, to be honest with you, and that's what I'm doing here, right? This song had to grow on me. At first, I didn't really like it, but having listened to it quite a bit, and then, man, I was like listening to this stuff over and over again. I wanted to get it right. I wanted to pay attention to every little thing I could. I'm not a musician. I can't really go into full detail about like the type of drumming and all that stuff, but I just really wanted to soak into it. What am I, a Mormon? You know about soaking? If you know that reference. I just wanted to be immersed into it, okay? The opening. The clean guitar isn't what's bad. It's only like 2 chords. And it's like the 2 chords you hear, and it could be kind of, your first time listening to it, it'd be like, okay, that's not much. There's not really much to that. Okay. And in fact, it's like it could use a little bit more, but everything else that follows is so much better. Everything else that follows makes that intro worth it. There's a because after that initial kind of soft part, you get like this pretty good transition where you have like this just a bright string of notes being played, really cool guitar licks, really impressive stuff, and sounds are really good. I mean, melodically, it's like honey. Like the notes are just so sweet. I mean, they're great to hear, and then the vocals and the clean guitar. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. And the two chords you heard in the beginning, they kind of everything, of course, builds off of it. It's like the song is kind of built off that. I mean, I guess it'd be like the root notes, I guess. And it kind of makes sense to it. And there's kind of like an up and down with this song, though. That is actually there's another song on this album that has more of that. But this song grew on me. There's a bounciness to it. There's a nice rhythm. This kind of rhythm relationship between the drums and the guitars throughout the song, and it's like they're playing off each other very, very well. And the drumming is not. It is very dynamic. It's not static at all. It's not like the same rock drum beat or the same metal drum beat. Okay, like Aruto is doing some crazy stuff. I'm not a drummer or anything, but I'm like, man, these feels. Like, what in the world? There's like change ups and feels every time. It's like when are you gonna catch a break? So I actually ended up rating it 10 out of 10. I know it started off as a song because I really didn't. It's an intro, but now when I hear it, it's cool. So, 10 out of 10, but there's like a asterisk. It might not be for you. I think overall it's a good balance. There's a good balance of that song. It said it reminds you of a Sim song. Oh, okay. Yeah, very groovy verse. Yeah. Dual personality. Now this title, this song here, song wise, it goes well with the title. How I mentioned, Shion kind of has like this highs and lows, up and downs with it. Dual personality has that a lot more. From the initial guitar riff, you have like, so it does that thing, and well, there's like a signature guitar lick that you hear, but at times I may end it going high or end it going low, whatever. It fits it very well with it, like the title dual personality. It kind of gives it that vibe musically. Let's see. Yeah, the highs and lows of the main riff, very fast drumming, but it does get slow when needed, and really good bass support, and just overall really good guitar work. This song kind of reminds me a little bit of Imagine Luft, which we had just listened to not that long ago on this album, with a little bit of Bind. So really, this album sound wise is very consistent. It just delivers. It's not like we're gonna reference Nemophila. It's not like Seas to Fate where it's you don't know what you're gonna get in your first time, right? Is this a Fat Lip cover song? If you know what I'm talking about. All right, the next one is Across. This song here. This is their ballad. Okay. If you don't like ballads, you may not like it. But the piano work, now I know who plays the piano work live when given the opportunity. If the opportunity presents itself. That kind of makes sense now. Because the piano work is not bad at all. No, it's not. This song is very vocal focused. It is more about Remy's voice than anything else. But the way I described it, I mean, Don't let that fool you. The guitars, the drums, the bass, everything. There's a nice flow to it that really supports Remy's voice. There's even there is a part in the song. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna try my very best to describe one. This one's tough because there's a softness to it that's kind of floaty. You kind of feel like you're levitating a little bit. It is some magical things with, I think, a keytar. Because it's not a violin, but it's almost like a synth. I don't know what it is, okay, but it's magical upon everything else. But maybe someone's just playing that on a guitar. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know how they're doing it. But the sound you hear, oh, it is like another world. It is good. It's like, I'll follow that sound to the land of milk and honey any day. I'll follow it. Okay. I probably could have referenced maybe like a Odysseus or an Odyssey reference with like the harpies and the never mind that. It's just overall the sound is really good. It's a very beautiful song. 10 out of 10. It's a solid song. But if you don't like ballads, you may just skip over it, you know. Let's say you want more like metal. Okay. Not that soft songs can't be metal, but you know, there's that thing, right? The old metal head inside me is still like, oh man, if it has acoustic guitar, it ain't metal. You know, I kid. But you know, even back in the day when you first listened to like a metal song that had like an okay, when you first listened to, oh man, okay, when you first got to like a what was it? Okay, when you first got Metallica's Master of Puppets, that album, right? And you listen to Battery, we're not like, huh? At the intro. I'll just move that along. All right. Ultimate. Okay. Now, this one is very interesting with the title Ultimate Melodious. Ultimate Melodious. Melodious. Once again, the title fits the song very well. Ultimate Melody. Well, yeah. The way we're talking about a song that starts off with a very powerful kickstart to it all, with the kickstart of the drums, and then the aggressive thrashing guitars going from like right and left. They're playing around with the channels, you know, the right and left channels, and then you get the slide guitar action that goes, and man, it's so good. Man, there's a lot going on here. I think my favorite part of this song, besides the solo stuff, is the pre-chorus. So before the chorus, there's like this cool drum feel that happens. It almost sounds like it's almost break. No, I described it as a breakdown initially. I was like, no, that's like dude, it is. Oh man, I'm hearing him right now. I wish I could just play it. But it is so good. Everything just hits just right. Man. It hooks you in too. Okay. It's all done because everyone is, man, the drama's changing up. It's very full. The guitars are great. Man, all right. Yeah, the drums enhance the guitars throughout this whole thing. And then there's a lot of bass action going on here. That's really good. Remy's voice is great in this song. She goes to the highs and lows and then bounces when she needs to. Because I feel like I'm failing to really describe that pre-chorus hook. If you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. There is something she does with her voice. It's just really cool to hear. It's like the way it all mixes together. Man. I believe this is also the song that has a bass solo. A bass solo. Yeah. I mean, if you weren't already sold in this song, you know, if you want some bass action, you're gonna get it here. Just overall, a relentless combo of just everyone firing at all with all cylinders. Okay, they're really good stuff. Musically, just very great. Melodically overwhelming at times. No, it's good. Ultimate Melodious. Oh, yeah, it's ultimate. All right, 10 out of 10. Then we have Ever Since. Ever Since. Now, this is the song I just do not like. Nah, I'm kidding. Now, Ever Since is a good song too. Like I said, there's not a bad song on this album. Ever Since, once again, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Mega Man X song. It has that fast-paced, rapid drumming that you hear. You will definitely hear that a lot in like Japanese metal, from what I noticed. But when Aruto does it, it doesn't just stay that rapid drumming. Like she changes up. So many cool change-ups happen. All right, some different feels, different things. Okay, to make it to where it doesn't sound like the same. I like that so much. You hear that with Ever Since as well. I think the guitar intro is really nice, very sweet, very cool. Remy's voice is, I think her range in the highs and lows is really good in this song. This has like kind of like the power metal highs, like what you would expect from like a power metal song. I wrote down Fuki and Asami here because there's something she does with her voice where it actually does kind of remind me a little bit of like Asami and Fuki, like together. But it's Remy, you know. It is really cool. Now, I also wrote a Rapid Fingers solo. Oh yeah, this one had this solo. I think this one might be the most like, I guess, complicated with like we call them the hammer-ons or whatever. That, you know, those various techniques. It might be. Though that might be tied with the next one, which is Pre-Mixed Flame. Now, I'm not really sure what that title. I don't know how you mix a flame before it's a flame, but if you wanted a metal song that has a little bit of a swing to it, this is it. In Pre-Mixed Flame, there is there's a like a swing, and I mean music wise swing, not like what you know, swing on or, you know, push your kids on, or hopefully you're not, you just swing on, you know, not like those, not like a sex swing. Okay. Okay. No. But there's a little bit of swing to it. At first I was like, it's kind of like rockabilly a little bit, but more of like a swing. There's like a sway to it. But it, like, I even wrote down, man, this song, it, like, melodic wise, music wise, it sounds like, man, this sounds crazy. And I'm not on drugs when I'm listening to it. But I'm like, it sounds like the swing of like a flame, or like the sway of a flame or whatever. I don't know how they did it. Maybe it's because I read the title and I was listening to it, and maybe I was looking for that connection. But no, man, like when you listen to the song, there is definitely like a sway in with the riffs, with the highs and lows that it travels, well, you know, with the notes, that it just has that feel. I wrote down Remy's voice gets kind of dark in this song, very captivating. Of course, yeah, it does. This is one of the songs where her voice gets real low. Okay, and when Remy's voice gets low like that, it's almost like kind of like hollow, like not a. Okay, what I mean is like, not hollow, harrowing. I think is what I'm thinking of. Wow. Like you're kind of concerned. Like you want to listen to, like, what are you saying? You know, like it captivates you. But slick guitar work, a really good bass timing going on there. And then, yeah, like I said, a bit of a swing to it. I even wrote down songs, Sways Like a Flame. Wow. I'm working on poetry on the back porch. Wow. Now, the last song. What you understand, I understand Pre-Mixed Flame was a bonus track. Hey. Okay. That's cool to know. I did not know that. I'm glad they have it there. Deep is the song that the album ends on. And it's actually a more calm song than everything else. While the guitars are, well, obviously there, and they're obviously in command of the song, and while the solo work is buttery smooth, and Remy ventures in the highs and lows in the song, there's it's not as aggressive as other songs on this album. It's a little bit more calm. It's a little bit more, you know what, a little bit more welcoming, I guess. I could see it work as a single, you know. I'm not sure if it was used like that. Yeah, the drums are very solid. Really good bass line support there. Yeah, overall it was really good. I think it did a reaction of this song here. I remembered hearing it. So this was my thoughts of these 11 songs. Well, yeah, 11 songs on the first album of Aldious, which is Deep Exceed. Like I said, overall, it was really amazing. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was fantastic. I am already listening to the second album, Determination, and it's looking pretty good. It's actually, it starts off even heavier than the previous album. You know, whereas I described Aldious Deep Exceed like an all-female Judas Priest band, Aldious Determination is like, oh no, man, we actually reversed engineered Judas Priest. What they don't know is that we know their formula, and we're gonna make it better. Actually, yeah, we're I kid you not, but like, if you listen to the first song, Disclose, on Aldious Determination, you can hear a little bit of a Painkiller in it. Oh, you can, but everything's ramped up. There's a lot more going on there. There's a lot more going on there. And I'm not talking about how, like, I think Mary's Blood, Marionette, that song, has a little bit of a reverse engineered Painkiller in it as well. Not talking about that. I don't mean it like that. It's harder to explain. It's just more intense. But this stream isn't about the second album. I haven't really done my deep dive taking of notes and as I'm listening to the songs over and over again, like I did with the Deep Exceed. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. So here's where I will finally look at the chat and see what you guys are saying, and we'll share our thoughts. Oh, there's also a gentleman in the Discord. He put his review out there as well. You can see how mine compares to his, right? And I mean, I would just be hanging out, guys. All right. Zachary Loomis. Oh, heavy metal is the law. Hey, man. Hey. All right. I believe his overall thing here is, let's see. He put, I hope you don't mind me reading this here. Oh, wait. This is for the second album. I did one for the first album. My bad. We're getting ahead of ourselves. And you can tell I kind of half read things I see in the Discord. Guys, I work a full-time job too. And I catch messages on Discord when I'm like in between things. Like when I'm I'll look at Discord when I'm also looking for music I want to listen to while I go on a ride, as normally I'm riding on the motorcycle, and then there's no phone in front of me, right? Because that would be bad. It's already dangerous enough. Don't want to be on the phone while riding at the same time. I don't even know how that works. I see other bikers on their phones. I'm just like, dude, you're asking for it. I hope nothing bad happens to you, but dude, you're playing a dangerous game. Like, why would you do that? Like, the messages you're receiving from your wife aren't that important. And I would tell my wife that. But honey, I was riding. Look at my phone. I could probably die. Maybe she wants that. For that life insurance. Anyway, let's take a look at the chat here, guys. How are you guys doing here, huh? You guys doing all right? Let's see. Phoenix 720 said, "Left it as an amazing opening song." We talked about that here. Guitar tone is insane throughout the album. I highly agree. It's something that really stands out. I think someone might have already answered this. Who is the lead? Is it Yoshi or is it Toki? And if you already answered, I just haven't read it yet. Well, that's because I'm just now going through it. I'd say there are more. Steve Ray, I read that. Melodic solos is a good description. Yeah. I need to go back and listen to this album again. You know what? We should listen to this album together on Twitch one day. Yeah. If I don't get a guest for this Friday's stream, then maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just listen to some music while, we'll just hang out. Whatever. Let's see. Shion reminds me of a Simpson. We talked about that. Remy really shows she can hold a note super well near the end. Oh, yes, she does. Remy's really good at that. And I believe she departed from the band due to health issues. Is that right? I think so. You let me know in the chat. Let's see. It's cool that Ultimate Melodious is how Aldious came up with their name. Really? Combining the name, if it... Combining the words Ultimate Melodious creates Aldious? Okay. Huh. I would think would start with a U then, not with an A. Huh. Okay. I'd be like, Aldious? Unless they move the A, unless it's like Pig Latin. If I remember that from like when I was in grade school. I don't remember that. Or like you move like the E over to the front of it. Because somehow we're trying to get the A out of Ultimate to be the front letter for Melodious. Get rid of the M, E, and the O. And you have Aldious. You have it. There you go. Wow. Wait, are drugs really illegal in Japan? Because I'm not following. Okay. Maybe psilocybin is legal. What's going on over there? Are they? And I don't mean that with any disrespect. I mean that with all due respect. Okay. Let's see. You got to hear the ballad version of Ever Since. Oh, okay, yeah. So the album says metal. So there's a ballad version. Okay, you're right. I do got to check it out. Let's see. Premix Flame is almost my favorite on the album. It's a shame. It's a bonus track exclusive to the standard edition of the album. Oh, okay. Phoenix 720 says Spirit Black on the second album is still my favorite song. I've listened to that song already. And that one's really good. The stop and go guitars. Stop and Go guitars and drums. Oh man, that's a good song. Let's see. I've seen people compare OG Aldious with Rami on vocals to Gamma Ray. Okay, yeah, I could see that because I used to listen to a lot of Gamma Ray. Now I can't tell you anything about him because that was a long time ago. How long ago? I was actually a pretty big anime fan. I actually was selling anime. That was a long time ago. We were in the second Iraq War, and I was selling hentai to our soldiers that were, over there, which was just a bunch of dudes around. So it was a hentai. You sound like I'm joking, but I'm actually not. Okay. Heavy metal is the law. Laugh out loud. Okay. To do Spirit Black is one of my favorite songs. Okay. All right. And I think that is it as far as chat goes. All right. Is it right that Aldious has gone to 3 singers? I think so. I mean, I can cheat and look at their wiki timeline if this thing's accurate here. They had Rami, Reno, then I guess Ren. So I guess they'll find another singer. Hopefully someone that will stay. And because everyone else is there. I mean, you got Yoshi, you got Toki, Asawa. Aruto's no longer there. You have Marina, but she's a really good drummer too. So, it'll be fine. There's a lot of talent over there. There's just a lot of talent. And it helps us out that they seem to all kind of know each other. I guess if you live on an island country, that's gonna happen, right? But yeah, there's a lot of talent, so yeah, I'm not too worried. I know that they'll find guest singer. I think they already found one, actually. Let's see, there's a good live version of on YouTube of Across. Okay, I'll check it out. Not right now, but because I don't want to get flagged down. Blocked. If you play copyrighted music, sometimes you get blocked midstream, so I don't want that. But I think this brings us to the end here of my Aldious review for Deep Exceeded. I know, spend an hour reviewing this album. It's a good album. I highly recommend it. It's solid. I mean, this band is good. And, hey, Love Bites fans. Hey, Miyako is connected with this band, man. You gotta. They already know it. They probably already know it, right? I'm the slow one who figured that one out, and only because I was told that by Heavy Metal's Law. It's like, oh yeah, Miyako sometimes would play the live parts, the piano. Oh wow, that's so cool. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. It was pretty cool just hanging out and talking about this band and this album. And yeah, man. That said, I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. What are we talking about tomorrow? I scheduled it. I wrote it down so I don't have to remember it. Oh yeah, that's right. I think we're doing a reaction. I think we're gonna learn what it's like to be a Christian in Japan. I'm just curious about that. I'm curious. I don't really know anything about that stuff. Okay. I'll check it out. Anyway, with that said, you guys take it easy and have a good one.